any advice or information.
What's up, everybody? It is Ted here with Bodies and Wicks. It is good to see you all on this fine Wednesday. Great Wednesday, I should say. And it is a Wednesday that I should say it's gonna probably change some things. Now it's gonna change some things. I'm just gonna change a little bit of what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be calming down the signals a little bit, calming down the signals just a little bit. And the reason I'm gonna be calming down the signals a little bit is because it is NFT week, and NFP week. For those of you that don't know anything about NFP week, it means non-farm payroll. Non-farm payroll. This usually means the market goes absolutely bonkers. The currency market anyway. Currency market has effects on every market. Every market has an effect on each other. But it is the currency market that is most likely affected by it. And generally on Wednesdays is when the non-farm payroll numbers are released, and then I think Friday has something else to do with non-farm payroll. We'll get to that in just a second. I'll go over that. And we'll also get to the trades that I threw out some more signals today. I took some of my own signals that I didn't put out there just because it would take too long to put together something and put it out there. I like to have things well thought out, and sometimes when I see something, I just jump into it. And when I jump into it, I'll jump into it, and I'll see what happens. And it all turned out fairly well today. I'm actually very surprised, considering probably a couple months ago I would be hit or miss. But now that I have a mentor, and when I say mentor, I don't mean I have somebody that's coming over to my house and teaching me regularly and talking to me. I mean, there is somebody that I look up to on the internet, and that I have modeled I guess my trading after, or at least I have tried to find my own style of trading within his teachings, if that makes any sense. And so I am taking private courses, but that's about all I can say. I can't teach what he teaches, so all I can do is take what I know and put them through the charts and hope that they work. And man, if what I'm doing now is just the beginning, I am excited to see what happens in the next couple of months, because it is going to be pretty spectacular, to say the least. First, if you enjoy smart money, right? That's what I generally talk about: institutionalized money, people that are generally large institutions that get inside this game. What I try to show you how to do, or at least my signals will be going along with those institutions, making sure that you're not playing the same game that everybody else plays, which is retail theory, right? Everybody believes in retail theory, this game of follow this trend line, and here's support and here's resistance and here's supply and demand. In my side of the world, we don't believe any of that crap. That is all made up mumbo jumbo. Everything is an algorithm, and this algorithm is pretty much known by the higher ups that do trade, especially in the I wouldn't say even for markets, but in the currency markets, even in the of course the equity markets too. They have an asset that they have to protect, right? And so for them to protect it, they have to manipulate the market to make sure people are buying it, and then also that they can sell it at a decent price, or they can buy it at a decent price. So markets are 100% manipulated in every single way, even crypto. I don't care who you think you are. If you don't think crypto is manipulated, you are out of your effing mind. Crypto is manipulated as well. So if you're the type of person that enjoys these kind of talks, wants to learn more, wants to know how to make money, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Guarantee you, you'll be happy with your little clicks that you're about to make. People that I know have been following me for a while. I had somebody endorse me today on Twitter. That was quite fantastic. Thank you so much to the person that did that. I retweeted one of my tweets, said they've been enjoying my work, been following me, and that I've been doing a good job. So I forgive me for not knowing your name. I do apologize for not knowing the name right off the top of my head, but I do thank you an extreme amount. You have no idea how much that means to me. I also have had my first 2 Patreon members that have noticed that I'm putting out signals as well. I guess the more I've been doing this for a while, been doing this online thing for a while, and it really, I just kind of feel like I'm talking to myself, but I guess there's people out there listening, and I'm glad there's people out there listening, because I think this is going to be a cool journey to have people come along with me, and so that way we can all make money. Because like the truth of the matter is, I've said this before, especially in private and other private messages, but I'm about, I became a very bad alcoholic at one point, and almost ruined my life. And I'm about 10 years behind when most people are close to retiring or halfway to retiring. I had to start life all over, almost halfway through my life. So this to me is giving me motivation. The whole trading thing gave me motivation to do this. The whole YouTube thing is just me. I like being an entertainer. I like talking to people. I used to be in a band. I actually got kicked out of the band for being the person that was too crazy on stage. That's the type of person I am. I'm a little bit bombastic. I'm a little bit, I just kind of throw things out there, and I hope people are paying attention. I hope people are enjoying themselves. So that's where the YouTube thing started coming in. That's why I started doing this a lot. So anybody that's out there, anybody that's watching, thank you so much for being here and watching me. I do appreciate it. First, I do want to get into is some interesting news before we get into those trades. One thing I did notice today is Kentucky lawmakers approve a House bill providing tax breaks for crypto miners. So, I am from middle of nowhere, Illinois. I'm pretty close to Kentucky, to say the least. There are people that travel to my work from Kentucky. It's about an hour away, and I go where I work. One of my areas that I oversee and I work with is a town in western Kentucky. So to see this is really, really interesting, because if there's going to be a mining company that could start in Kentucky, I might actually look into this and move there. I'm not. That's no joke. I'm not joking. I'm really not joking. I really want to look into this, and that's why I brought this up. So it says in a 19-2 vote, House lawmakers in Kentucky has approved a bill that could draw cryptocurrency mining operations to the U.S. state. According to a report from Lexington Herald to Tuesday, the House Budget Committee approved Bill 230, which removes sales tax obligations from electricity purchased for use by cryptocurrency mining businesses. The bill now moves to the state's upper legislation house for review, joining the Senate's own tax break for cryptocurrency mining operations, Senate Bill 255. Kentucky uses omnibus branch-wide budget bills known as general appropriation bills for its legislative process. That is awesome. To me, that is awesome. I understand that there is a lot of energy that is needed to mine crypto. And I know, and Kentucky definitely has that energy. Kentucky is definitely a coal mining state. Where I am in Southern Illinois, our economy is pretty much based upon coal mining. It's all around here, so they have the energy to do it. And I know there's people out there going, oh, we need to get rid of coal, we need to get rid of this, we need to get rid of that. The problem is, and I'm not opposed to, renewable energies at all. I'm definitely all for it, for renewable energies. The problem is that we don't have the battery capacity to hold those renewable energies, and that's one of the issues that we saw in Texas with the wind turbines, right? The wind turbines, well, for one, Texas didn't think they would freeze, so they didn't winterize them. Two, you don't have batteries to store this energy, so when the wind stops going, the turbines freeze, and 25% of your power grid is relied upon that. There's no battery power that stores it, so the energy supply stops, which increased the natural gas flow. And the natural gas pipelines freeze because I think they're frozen at the pump. I'm not 100% sure. I did quite a bit of research on that whole thing, and it was really interesting because I was wondering why I was paying so much for electricity here at my own home. And whenever they signed me up, they said we'd be using wind turbines, from Northern Illinois, and if I've traveled to Chicago and back, there's huge fields of wind turbines way up in mid-state, upstate Illinois. And so I know that there's a lot of energy, across the United States, renewable energies to say the least. But back to the main point of crypto mining, and I think it would be great to have some kind of, tax relief for people who use electricity for cryptocurrency mining businesses, because then you're going to see you're probably going to see businesses spur up in Kentucky that want to be, that mining companies. The biggest one we have right now is Colorado, that's in the US. I'm not for sure. I know there's one in the UK that my other friend keeps telling me about. He keeps telling me to get into this one in the UK. But unfortunately, I need to get a TD Ameritrade account to buy this specific stock. Forgot exactly what it's called. Yeah, if that happens, I'm going to be looking for those companies, and I'm definitely going to be applying and possibly moving to Kentucky. So that was one bit of news that I found interesting. And we know, I was talking to somebody else about, the whole point of, of cryptocurrency mining is that, with Bitcoin, there's only 3 million left. We only have 3 million left to mine a Bitcoin. After that, the Bitcoin's done. We're done mining it. But that's not to say we're not going to be mining other cryptos. Every day there's a new coin. I forget how many thousands of coins are out there. There's a new coin every day to mine. So it's just gonna, dependency on what's gonna be next and how they're gonna mine it and things like that. So I'm kind of interested to see how this is going to play out. So here's another story I found also that was interesting from Cointelegraph. Bitcoin whales are accumulating Bitcoin around 48K. On-chain data suggests. That's probably what I was going to be guessing as well. When it gets down to 43, that the people that are so, involved in Bitcoin, especially now that the institutions are very, they have their own treasuries devoted to Bitcoin, or at least a percentage to Bitcoin, or you got MicroStrategy, which most of its ledger or profit ledger is on Bitcoin. So these people they're not gonna let it die. It's not gonna go away. It's not gonna be like a company like a stock, you know, that could fail in a couple years. It's a currency, and it's a currency that's going to be around now forever. You know, you can't stop it. So that being said, you know, they're going to be looking for places to accumulate the best price. That price seems to be around 48K. So there's that. So I thought that to be a little bit interesting. So that's pretty much the news that I have for you today. Now, as far as the trades are concerned, guess we can get first, let me take a drink of something, that way I don't spit all over myself or do that again, whatever that was. Head on over to the charts and see what's going on here with the charts, huh? So here is Ethereum. Ethereum, actually first let's go to my my little page here. So again, I think I did a tweet trying to update some people. I put some things on mind, trying to update some people, letting you know what I've been throwing out there. And again, yesterday I threw out the ETH bullish smart money move below the engineer liquidity. That one never hit, I don't think. Or maybe no, that was Ravencoin. Sorry, that was the one that failed. That was the only one that failed, mind you. Hold on, let me see if. Oh yeah, that was a couple weeks ago. So this is before I started the signal service. This is when ETH just dove and it took a huge dive. And didn't, you know, there was no way we could have protected ourselves from that. It was just I thought I saw a way we could have, but we couldn't have. So here we go. What did I have? Bullish entry on Ravencoin. That's the one that failed. I guess first we'll start off with the Ethereum trade. So again, I've been updating these as I go. So if you've been following me on TradingView, I do give updates as I go. As I go along, I tell you ideas of what I'm doing, of what I'm looking at, things like that. So what I've done is I basically started, you know, if I would have done you know, in my own private time, I probably would have done like a 0.06 or something like that, you know, or something like that on MetaTrader 4 as a CFD or something like that. But what I did is I took a look at this and I saw the high. I saw where it could possibly bounce back to, and it bounced back to that level perfectly. And it dipped a little bit lower. We went over this yesterday, I think. Came back out, and then so I started looking at take profit levels. It got to my take profit level 1, which was the original 100%. So if we go to Ethereum here, right? So whenever I first did this, right, here was the entry right here at this 1496. That's where this area is here. Yeah, draw that out for you so you can see it. That is this area here. And let me actually print it a different color so that way you can possibly see it. Let's make it a little gold. Get some no, that's not gold, that's gold. A little gold area there. So right around the area is 1496. That's where I got in the trade. And whenever I first had this trade going, this is what I was looking at, right? And this is what I was looking at as far as the trade was concerned. And I said, okay, here's the trade. Here is the take profit 1 level, which would have been the high. We have gotten to that level. I have take profit 2 just a little bit above that. The reason I have take profit 2 just a little bit above that is because there are 2 equal highs over here, right, that I think we can surpass, and I think as soon as we do surpass those, it's probably going to break down backwards. It did hit the 127%, which I could have probably should have made take profit to be honest, but I didn't. I have been anxiously, or not anxiously, but quietly awaiting the possible arrival of take profit 2. So whenever I hit take profit 1, I let everybody know, hey, we hit take profit 1. Hopefully you guys were even up here at that point for take profit 1. And then after that, I put my stop loss to break even. I am now putting it above break even, just around this area here. Why did I put it around the area there? Because I'm looking at it from a couple different time frames, right? And if I look at it from a couple different time frames, I don't see it getting below. I don't really seeing it get below this yellow line here. It could get around here, right, which is around 1506. This is going to be really anything that and below is going to be, I think, a very, very tough push for Ethereum to fall down to. Now, keep in mind it is falling now, so just let that be known. But you know, as you can see, we have hit take profit level 1. I have put TP1 completed. Even after it hit the high, it still came back up, got rejected. Not a big deal. I think that's another area of liquidity. So I think what we could see, to be honest, is I'm just gonna point this out. Probably I see a big area, or an area right here. I think it could possibly go to this area here before we start seeing some bullishness again. So right around here, 1538, around that area maybe, or maybe right around here, around 15.3. It could be right around this area too. So I would say those are the 2 areas I would look at, to see what kind of reaction we're going to get off of those, to see if we're going to keep moving forward. If it does keep getting closer, and it does look like it could possibly get below the stop loss, but still may stay above my entry, I may move it, because it does look like, there could be an area here it could move to, this area here, to where it could hit before it finally turns bullish. I'm just throwing out, all these different possibilities, because that's what I do as a technical trader. I look at all, but I see this as a very, very bullish sign. I see this, and then I see basically a lot of consolidation, and then as soon as consolidation is done, boom, it just jumps up. So whenever I see that as a very, very good bullish sign. And if it is going to come back, I think it's going to be probably just below the next consolidation. I don't think it's going to try to get to this consolidation point. It may not even, again, this may be the lowest point that we see for quite some time. At that right now, as you can see, it dropped down really hard, and then it took off. Let me do a little experiment here really quick and take a look at this and see what just happened, especially on the 5-minute chart. I love looking at things on the 5-minute chart because you can just see so much more. Everybody says it's noise. I think it is probably the best thing you can probably actually look at as far as being reasonable, and looks like through the volume of this down candle before it pushed me back up again. got through barely just the midpoint of the volume of that candle. That to me is a good sign. Usually when I see things get to midpoints and turn around, I like to see things like that. That's what I usually look for, and that's what I'll usually try to go for, especially when it comes to like entries and things like that. I usually try to find entries that'll have a good strong midpoint to it. So all this thing. I don't even know if these are even, but they're close enough. It looks like. All right, so when I thought this was probably going to be that same way. Well, I have this line drawn across, and it did. It looks like it did, have a pump up a little bit. And then, not for sure what it was that was the cause for the breakdown. Looks like it could have been this push down right here by this candle. Here, up here, down, push down, go back up. The low point that could be almost like a mitigation area. Yeah, so I'll be watching that area right there. Once it comes back up, if we can get up over this area, it'll probably try to want to sneak back and then touch it and then go up. But it could also be one of those things to where if it does come back up in this area, it could get rejected and come back down. You can see we've already been rejected twice in this area, right? So now that we've been rejected twice in this area, I want to see what it's going to be like going forward. And even so, let me see. It would more than likely be down candle. More than likely be something like that is what I would look for. Alright, so see it pushed back up and it almost pulled back. Now it's pushing back down pretty hard. Getting to the median threshold of this last bullish candle before it's up. Again, these areas here, these lines are what I'm looking for in Ethereum to see if we're going to continue moving on up, right? So that being said, what happened with Ethereum today? I am still in Ethereum, as you can see, but as far as the history goes, I did take two bits of profit from Ethereum. Where are they at? Here we go. Ethereum profit at 1540 and 1518. So 1540, 1518. So it was actually below the take profit level, but I think I may have taken those an accident. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they both of those profit levels I think equaled what it would have had to take one, because I took one an accident and I was like, oh crap. So I think I just took one that would equal, having both of them added together would equal this. So I think that's what I tried doing for some reason. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah. So that being said, the other one I have open and open still is Ravencoin. And Ravencoin did get to move that. Let's actually go back. Ravencoin, as you can see, opened it up at 153,400. Good opening price after I failed the first time. Now I'm looking at this, and I looked over here and I thought, you know what, this was probably the liquidity pool that it could try to get above. So of course it did it, and it did it in a flash, and it did it so quick that I didn't even have time to react to take any kind of profit whatsoever. Whenever I did take profit after it came back down, and I took more profit than I should have to make up for the fact that I missed the actual take profit point. So I took quite a bit of profit, but it was somewhere around, I don't even want to look at it because I felt like it was a lot lower than what it should have been. 15930. Geez, wow, that's way low. It was like right around here. Yeah. So it was after here, and it was because I was doing so many things. I don't have a CFD for Ravencoin. I probably should have just set all my take profit for here, and then if it would have got there, waited until it came back and then set another trade. But instead, I actually took most of my profit, actually 80% of my profit right here, and then that way, in case it did, I had my stop loss like way down there. Didn't mean to move that just now. But instead, what I did is to protect all of that, I moved my stop loss to exactly where my entry would be. That way I can protect everything that I didn't make. Now, of course, anybody that, if you're taking a signal from me, hopefully you have some kind of measure, or you're watching the screens more than I am, but at least I did point out in my trade. Let me go back here to this Ravencoin trade, the re-entry, that I did have my take profit one objective. I did have that set, right? So and of course we did hit that. Maybe I moved it. Did I move it down? Oh no, yeah, I did. I moved it down, and I think I explained that as well. Let me see here. Yeah, right here. Changing the first take profit zone to 169455. So I did explain that I did have my initial take profit one was here, but after re-looking at it and realizing what the possibilities were, I did take a second. I took this one as the second take profit, and I took this one as the first take profit. So that's whenever it got to here. I realized it got to take profit one, and I was hoping it was going to get back up there to take profit, but it never did, and it kept getting lower, and that's what I decided to finally just take some profit anyway. And then I kind of outlined, some areas to where I think it should bounce from, still being bullish, and that's where we are right now, basically. So if we look at Ravencoin, it's still bullish. We are still above my entry point. My stop loss currently has actually moved right here, which is actually my entry. So my entry just needs to go, or my stop loss actually just needs to go away, because I really don't have one anymore. So that's basically how Ravencoin looks right now. So if you're in Ravencoin, hang in there, because I like I said, I just wanted to take some profit, make sure we had something in the bag, because if it does get lower, it's not like we're to the end of the world. We can jump back in probably at a better price. I think it might get down to here to 1466.08, because I say if it does get down to here, I say add more to the position. Now instead, I'm just gonna at least jump out, or just take the profit that I do have, wait to see if it gets lower and then just add a new trade instead. So that was the Ravencoin trade for the day. Now Bitcoin was interesting. I had quite a few different Bitcoin trades for the day. If we go to my so I had two of them, right? I had one here. As it came down, and I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at what's going on. I wanted to enter here, but I wanted to see if it was gonna get any farther down. And after it kind of took off, I think I jumped in. I forgot where I jumped in at, but it was somewhere in between these two candles. By the time I got done typing all this up, oh, here it was. 50949. That's where I got in at. 50949. Yeah, 50949 is where I got in at. So that's where I got in at, and it was just moving so fast that I was just trying to get the idea out there, let you know that this could move upwards, and we'll see how it's gonna play out. And then I put take profit levels are marked on this 5-minute chart, and I'm trading it as a CFD. So here we go. We did make it to take profit 1, which was good. Right there was my take profit 1. The reason is because it was just above. It went down, right, and then it had this little pullback up against this other area. It was almost like identical upside down area, I guess you could say. This made this little V. This made this, a V if you'd have went the other way, I guess. Trying to explain things by not explaining too much, if you get my drift. But it did get up on the other side of that, and that's what I was aiming for. I was aiming for the top of that candle right there. I don't even know if you guys could. It was my head in front of it. I can't even tell. All right, I was aiming for this this guy right here. And actually, let me just go to Bitcoin and show you instead. That would probably be more effective than me. Of course, it shows up Ravencoin instead of Bitcoin. Come on now. Here we go. Bitcoin is here. Yeah, it looks like I have probably missed the opportunity to get back in Bitcoin. Of course I would. But I think I put geez, do I have an open position? No, I don't. An open position. Where's history, Bitcoin market 9458. Okay, so maybe I think I may have just closed it out. I'm not 100% sure, because I think I did. I closed it out right here because I thought it was going. I had a feeling it was just gonna go down. So yeah, so I took profit here, I took my last profit here, as you can see from the red dots. So here I had this already marked out, even though those weren't my zones. My zones were here, right here and here. These are my 3 take profit zones, but sometimes you just gotta go with what you got, right? And as I was watching price, this was one of the areas I was watching. This line, as it fell down, comes back up and then fell down. I always watch those kind of areas to see if it can get above it, right? I want to see if it can get above those areas. If it can't, I gotta take profit. So as you can see, as it tried to strive for that area and it didn't get it, you can see that red line right there. that I took. I'm going to pull this down so this doesn't distract anybody from looking at it. I took profit right there. I'm still watching it, still trying to figure out what's going on with it. It comes back down, bounces off, comes back up. Okay, so it looked like we had some resistance going on here, which was good. Came back up, and as it came back up, it hit that same line, and it couldn't even get past the one before that. So since it did that, I took profit again, and I didn't even realize, like, this is probably on my way home from work. It had to be. Yep, it was. Of course it was. Well, yeah, 10 after 5, something like that. Actually, that's when I was eating dinner. Sorry. I wasn't even paying attention. Of course, it gets above it. But I think I had my... that's what I did. I put my take profit above my entry. My entry was here. I eventually took my take profit and put it up here to protect it, so that way in the event it fell, and I could get back in. And it looks like probably right when I was starting this video, it was probably the time I should have got in. So I'm gonna delete this off of here and see what I was looking at. As you can see, this was definitely one of the lines I was looking at for an entry. And but the thing is that now that it's nighttime, it's Asian, the Asian session is happening. This is when Bitcoin likes to go down, right? So I'm not gonna try to put any kind of bullish move on this, considering what happened here, right? And as you can see, I did have these two lines drawn out, thinking it would probably get up in that area as well. And look what it did, spiked right through it and then came right back down. So if these are the areas that I'm watching, and I'm trying to get them to get above it, and this was the area for sure, the green box here, it gets above it, and I'm thinking, okay, now that we're above it, gets about halfway through it, we can continue on. Again, halfway through, it's just, once you study things long enough, just one of those things that happens. So once you get halfway through something, it'll either stop, turn around, or it'll go back the other, or it'll just continue trading the other way. This did make another higher high, again in that area I thought it would, but again still failing to make it into the area that I wanted it to. It looks like it came down and hit my stop loss, which was above. Yep. So looks like for Coinbase, BTC has been executed at price of 506.20. Yep, 506.20, because my entry was 506.02. So I put my stop loss at 506.20. So I put it at $18 above it just to protect it. So so I'm glad I did that, or else I would be in the negative. So again, another positive trade, one I didn't lose. Those are two trades so far. For Ethereum, I'm still doing good on. Bitcoin, didn't lose on. SPX, I got a 1 on a trade today as well. Even though it went backwards, I won on a buy, right? So where did I buy? I was looking at this. Here's the two lines, and this is what I put out here, right? Let's close this and close this up. SPS, I said wait for it. Entry at 38.47 or 38.37. Couldn't figure out which one it was going to be. Here's 38.47 right here. I didn't have it. Actually, I went back in and edited it afterwards after I took a look at it, and I knew it was going to be one of those two that was going to be the entry. So if we go back to SPX, which is right here, what happened, if we looked in at the 5 minute of it, It came down, it touched the 38.47 perfectly and started going back up. And I was like, why did it? It was like, I knew I should have called 38.37 first. And then what did it do? Boom. Went back down and hit 38.37. The first one that I called in the first place. So it hit both of my ends. It hit this entry. I entered on here, entered here as well. And then as it moved up, there were areas I was looking for it to get into. And I was looking to see if it was going to hit this green line. And that green line is the top of this red candle here. I was going to try to see if it could get higher than these candles. I try to look for to see if I can't get above those candles, see if we could trigger some liquidity. At that point, if we were, I was going to take profit. And if we weren't, I was going to take profit. As long as we get, do just depend on how it was looking. But it got up into that area, and it failed to get any higher. So as soon as it failed to get any higher, I went ahead and just took profit, and then I took profit at the right time, right? I mean, you can see I took profit on the green candle, even though it got a little bit higher on the red candle. The way that these candles were looking, it was struggling, and it wasn't look like it was going to get above this area here. And as you can see, it didn't. If we go from here and we draw a line over to here, I think it was boom. Actually, let me just do straight line so you can see. And what was that number? 38.69.6. What's the high here? 38.69.7. So it barely touched it. It barely touched. That's the body of that red candle, the body of the green candles and red candles. It barely touched it before it got rejected and moved back down. So that is why I decided to take the profit there. I think I took half the profit, and then I left the other half running. I took I took my stop loss, moved it to break even, just to see what happens. So as you can see, if you play on this, and I have my red right here, right? I'm gonna have it going back up. What does it do? It touches the red, turns around, goes right back up, and of course I take profit right here. And I explain where I take profit. There it is. Here it is. It took some profit at 38.67. Just have a little payment in the bag. Moved the stop loss up. I moved the stop loss up to where I didn't have to entry. So, and then as it was going down, I put closing out what I have left. It looks like momentum is shifting. I'd rather have a little left. I'd rather take the little I have left as profit. So it wasn't much profit that I got to take as it was moving down into this area, but at least it was something. Again, entered in at 38.36, 38.37, and it was at 38.41. So 3 ticks, not too much, but still, hey, 3 ticks is 3 ticks. If you're a 0.01 trader, that's $3. If you're a 0.05 trader, that's I don't even know, $50 or something. $5. Yeah, that's what it is. Jeez, I can't even think straight. Or 5 times 3, 15. But yeah, either way, I was calling these as I was going. Didn't lose any yet, so that's the good thing. Especially with this BTC re-entry at whatever it was. Again, pulled my stop loss to even, and hold on, move stop loss to 56.20. My entry was 56.02. In case it does hit my stop loss. In case it does hit my stop loss, I protect my profits. I look for a better entry, which I will, which I believe will be at 50,270. Let's go back to Bitcoin and let's see if that is the case. Let's go back to SPX. Let's go back to Bitcoin. 50,270 is what I said. So I said I thought the best entry would probably be right around here. I wasn't too far off, right? But then again, I'm not. It's late right now. It's Asian session. I don't think I am going to trade this. I think, especially since, I mean, even though we did make a little bit of a high, you know, still dropped down. And the reason I have this green here is because that was the last up green candle over here, right? So I just took that last up green candle, moved it all the way across to act as kind of like a support resistance area to see if there was one, and it does look like it did act as, you know, almost like a support resistance area. So and then of course just other levels I always look at, but yeah, either way, I mean, if we look at, you know, the orders I had, not the orders here. So I still have 2 positions running, right? My Ethereum and my Raven, and then these are all today, right? So 18 from Bitcoin, you know, and even though even this is a paper trading account, I'm still treating this as if it was basically a $5,000 account, you know, something like that. I'm not treating it as if I have $1 million. I'm treating it as if I only have, you know, $5,000 or such. You know, here's another Bitcoin trade with only $346. Bitcoin with 555. Those are those areas I took profit. The Ravencoin, that's when I had to take a massive amount, you know, just to make up for what I missed, and it did hit my take profit. Another Bitcoin trade that I got for a scalp here was part of the SPX, and here was the other part of the SPX. So with the SPX, I think I only threw in, I think, 4 or something like that, you know, so it would equal something like a 0.04 or maybe like a 0.4 or something, I don't know. And then of course here's another coin, or sorry, another Bitcoin one. That one was got me quite a bit. That was, I think, the one when I got the first take profit. That was really high up there. And then here is the Ethereum one from last night, and then I also have an Ethereum one from last night as well. So and then here is, of course, the one that I had lost horribly, the very first one from Ravencoin, and ever since then we haven't lost a trade. Not only that have we not lost a trade, but also I would just like to point out there were some other things that I did. Let's see here if I can't pull it up. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay, so if I go ahead and throw this, so this was my MetaTrader 4, and these are the ones that I just took off the cusp, right? These are the ones that I just pulled out my MetaTrader 4 at. I hit enter and let it go, and hopefully I won the trade. I was doing it because I was reading certain things, and they seemed to be exactly where I wanted them to be. And as you can see, I'm using in nowhere, you know, anything but is 0.01 to 0.03. Trading anything from Euro USD, GBP USD, Ethereum, SPX, and Bitcoin. So forex equities, crypto, trading everything. A couple different classes today, with very small lot sizes. Ended up with $117 just in trading that. So I'm not trying to toot my own horn here. I'm seeing it a lot better than what I used to. And I'm doing this to try to prove to you guys that I am somebody that, you do want to take signals from, right? And I'm going to continue doing this because eventually you're going to start seeing the results. And if you've been following me, you've probably been seeing the results already, right? I've seen the results myself, right? And so this is just me throwing that out there. Hey, we can do this together. And again, if you become part of my Patreon, which you can find in the link to the description, if you join the $3 club, that's just helping me out. $3 a month, you're just helping me out with, making sure I can get these videos out, things like that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna offer those who join early, I'm gonna offer you a special, basically, Telegram channel, and I'm gonna give you a discounted rate than what normal people would get. And I'm also going to give you probably a couple more trades than what normal people would get. I'm going to release a free signal service coming up probably within the next few months. It's going to take some time, guys, so bear with me here. I'm still getting all this going. Probably by summer for sure. I'm going to get this service up and going. The service is going to be free. Right in the beginning, service is going to be free. After people start seeing results, you guys start seeing results, I start seeing results, I can prove to you guys that I can deliver results. As any business person would, I'm gonna have to start charging, right? But it's the people that are gonna help me in the beginning, the people that see that I can pull these results off very, very well. The people that sign up for my Patreon early, they're going to be the ones that are going to get, the discounts and the perks. So I would suggest that you go to my Patreon, sign up as soon as you can. I got 2 people already signed up, so I know that there's going to be more. Again, I just started this Patreon thing. I've been doing this YouTube thing for quite a few months now. And all I do is, this is all I do, right? Sometimes I don't like making videos because I'm worried I'm missing something and studying something. So just so you know. But and also after this, I still have I do have studying to do. I have stuff with my mentor that I have to do. I'll take charts and I'll go through and I'll backtrack and back test things. There's a lot of things I do. I am non-stop working at this. This is something I want to do for the rest of my life. This is something I want to retire off of, and this is something that I just absolutely enjoy. So that being said, if you are enjoying my stuff, if you are liking what you're seeing so far, if you like smart money for at the very least, do me a favor, hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button. That way you can never miss a video. Also join my Patreon as well, and all that good jazz. Yeah, that's all I got for you today. I'm gonna stop rambling on because it's been an hour, and we will talk soon. You all have a good night, and always remember to wear your pants. I said that. Is it pants or